bramblers in the background just as I go to make the video. Before that it was the noise of the woodland, but there you go. Right, there you go. Hopefully that'll pick that and choose that as the thumbnail. Just thinking about going and buying some bricks to make the outdoor cooking area, although I've got one under the tarp up there. It's impossible for filming really, and during the summer, hopefully for my new episodes of Forage, Fish and Cook, we want somewhere outdoors. So anyway, loads of old Guinness cans, an old olive oil can, bit of formwork. I'm just going to sit in there like that. Chicken. All right, cockerel. All right. I'm filming. All right, good girl. You're all sort of dramas. Have a look with us what it's like in the real world of vlogging. What you don't see anyway. Right, so, all right, long tail. Hold on a minute. Hold on. Come on. Good girl. Come on then. Come on then, good girl. Who is that? It's not long tail. There's long tail there. Come on then. Who's the drama queen? Oh, it's white legs. Oh, it's white legs. Come on, white legs. I'm trying to get this video done. Can't be much of a professional vlogger, can I? If I'm just keep getting interrupted like this. Right, anyway, as I was saying, bit of formwork. Got a load of green sand. Hopefully it's got enough lime in it. I got an old bag of cement. I'm just going to make it out of bricks. And then the chickens kicked over the beer cans from the recycling pile. I've seen that earth ship building, which I'm well familiar with, helped with one of the original designs years ago. But yeah, going to make it with beer cans. And all they'll do is they'll sit in there with about an inch gap between that and the formwork, and then we'll fill that with sand and cement and little bits of stone. And in true, not having to buy too much gear, hopefully make our outdoor barbecue. I'm just going to cut a little hole in the front of that, and then it'll have a hole in the top of a little grill. And there we go. Right, sun's come out. That was that yesterday. This is what I've been trying to do, is work out where the sun's going to come. This is going to be for not just outdoor cooking, but because I've got a barrel cooker in there, but you can't film under the top. So what I need is somewhere I can film. So this is hopefully going to allow the camera to be here, and then me there where the chicken is on the side there, or on that side. Sun's always, I'm sort of facing north now, so hopefully that's going to work. But anyway, that's what it's about. I'm going to start doing this year. We're going to start doing loads of vlogging and YouTubing and videoing. And this is the outdoor kitchen, and that's the new herb bed made of pallets, which you may have seen, we may not have seen, but that was where the old gypsy vendor was there, and that was the floor. And I've just broken them down to make the kitchen herb garden, which is going to be the backdrop behind the outdoor cooker, which is just made of an old olive oil can. And this made the formwork just out of some what you call CLS, a bit like plywood. And then that's what you call formwork in building, from my building days. Excuse me. And then in behind it, all around the sides of it, I'm trying to get the light right, sorry, is loads of old Guinness cans. Use Guinness cans for strength, obviously. And yeah, just packed it in with green sand and little bits of limestone at the side of the hill, with an old half a bag of old cement that I had for years there, which I made the foundations and the piers for the cabin, which is still standing strong, nearly 6 years on now. And there's the replacement for the gypsy bender, just right next to it, almost on top of it. And that was the that's made of that green on the outside skin, is that green corrugated sort of bitumen stuff anyway. But really hard to see what I'm filming because it's getting a reflection on my face. But yeah, there's the new Eco Pod shed, insulated shed, storage shed accommodation. And there's the back of the herb bed, filled it all in now, ready. I just have a few different things in there but medicinal and culinary herbs, which are all the same thing really. And you need them right outside your door, I find, because especially when you're poorly, you want to be able to crawl out and grab them. But yeah, when you're cooking, and hopefully that'll be the, once I've tidied it up, it's not a building site anymore, next week, hopefully. Tidy all up, and that'll be the backdrop. Like that, I suppose. Like that, filming. Like that, even close up. But yeah, should be able to almost film without the shadow there. But there you go, we'll do the reveal in a minute. So what I'm going to do is take the screws out of the formwork before the concrete completely sets. I had it covered over with blankets last night because it snowed, it was frosty. And we'll see. I'm a bit worried that the cans that are obviously a bit exposed, some of them are going to be exposed the sides. And if it's a bit frail, what I'll do is I'll just extend that formwork, bring that over to there. That'll give me another inch or two on the sides, bring that formwork slightly forward, and then I could backfill around there easily with an inch of cement, etc., little stones in, and that'd square it right off. Or even if the tin burns out then. I mean, they're easy, I've got hundreds of these cans anyway, you can get them no trouble at all. But there you go, that's going to be the off-grid outdoor kitchen. I'm going to obviously film what I love doing as it comes across really bad. I've been watching loads of vlogs now. One of my favourites is Spanian, and I watched Simon Wilson doing all his travel stuff, and then a girl called Hannah Ricketts who's doing stuff like going around filming restaurants and 5-star hotels in London. It's all different. It's all, I don't want to watch people living off grid. I don't want to watch people going foraging and fishing. I'm doing my own take on it. So yeah, new action camera's coming. It's in the post to be delivered today. It's not a GoPro, but it's got the same sort of spec. I'll see if I can get on with that. At the moment I've been doing everything on my phone, and it's proving a bit troublesome, especially when doing the fishing. I've got my hands covered in loads of mud while we're cooking. So yeah, that is going to be the new outdoor kitchen. It's kind of scenery, I suppose. Anyway, let's get this plywood off and see what it looks like. First schoolboy error. I was thinking last night, actually, you can see the way I've put those cans. Must have taken one side off. They're actually quite strong. I wouldn't have needed to do much else to that, except I didn't tie them in. Obviously you have to tie brickwork in, I know that, and I didn't. So taking that side off, and that's each side. That side's going to be the same. It's not tied into the back. If only I'd put a few straps across there, or even just a few bits of wood in there, or anything, or cut the bits of metal, or some chicken wire, or anything that would have held. But yeah, it's cracked across there. So what I'm going to have to do now, although it's kind of nice seeing the cans like that, I suppose, you can sort of see how I've done it there anyway. That's worked. It's made a solid sort of, even though I hadn't tied that in, I should have gone lengthways, crossways, you know what I mean, tying them in so they sort of bridge each other. That would have worked. But what I'm going to do now, I've got some cement left, got plenty of sand in the hillside, so what I'm going to do is take that formwork. Before I take that side off, I'll just put this one back on, but put it back on about an inch from there. Sorry, you can see that. Put that one back on about there, so then I've got like an inch there. And then what I'll do, so I switch the camera off, and then what I do before I fill it in around the sides, because the back will be exactly the same as that, which kind of look, you know, does look nice. I could leave the front like that anyway, but I need to tie that in. So I've got two options. Either tie it in across the top, which would be kind of easy. I've basically come up with cans and then run out, and I've just put stone across there, which I was hoping to sort of expose, but hasn't worked anyway. What I could do is to raise that up anyway on the top, and the grill would be not flat on there, and you could put, and the pan's not going to obviously extinguish the flames. So what I was intending to do, but I got plenty of stone as well. I could come up on that, finish it with some sort of stone on the top, or just even like that, but come up a little bit, a couple of inches round there, and then just tie, put a bar or some chicken wire, sorry, holding the camera, chicken wire across there, across there, and that should tie it in. I could do a little bit of sheet on the back as well, put it down, that tie it all in on the back, and yeah, kind of strong. I mean, that's not collapsing. You can see that, like, you know, it distributes the weight well. When you're pushing them in, you sort of push them in just on the ends into the pug, the cement, they go in well. If you push them by the middle, they collapse. But that was off that Earthship design. When I seen the guy, I don't know, it was Arizona or somewhere, but he's baking stuff out of glass bottles and cans. Yeah, I was reluctant to go and buy a load of bricks, especially seeing as this was upcycled, and that's all sort of what you call upcycled, isn't it? Reusing plywood's left over from their little cabin build there. So anyway, yeah, two things I can do. I can just leave the formwork like that and go across the top, tie it in there. But yeah, I think it'd be quite nice to have it completely enclosed with cement and not see the cans at all. We don't need to see the cans, do we? We can come off the front then as well, maybe. Or maybe even just leave them on the front. Tidy all this up because it's still a little bit damp. We can polish all that up and point all that in. I suppose we could point all that in kind of nicely and leave the front flush with that and just have the sides done and the back done. That maybe might look quite nice. Right, anyway, work to do.